Most people spend their entire lives trying to get rich. But here's the absolute truth. Being rich and being wealthy, they're not the same thing. At all. You might be earning more right now than you ever have, yet somehow, you still feel like you're barely keeping your head above water. And confusing these two concepts could be the exact reason you're feeling stuck financially. So stay with me here, because by the end of this explainer, I promise you're going to see money completely differently.
Welcome back to the channel. If you're new around here, my absolute favorite thing to do is break down complex, real-world financial topics in a simple, no-fluff way, so you can make much smarter decisions with your money. Today, we're talking about mindset. Specifically, why chasing this idea of being rich might actually be the very thing keeping you broke.
So, here's our game plan for today. First, we'll uncover the rich illusion. Then we'll redefine success with the true definition of wealth. After that, we'll dive into a real-world tale of two incomes. And finally, we'll wrap up with 3 steps to wealth so you can actually take action today. Let's get moving.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Section 1. The rich illusion. Society is completely obsessed with the word rich. But in reality, rich is strictly an income-based state. It is determined entirely by how much money is actively coming in right now. It's all about cash flow. When we say someone is rich, we usually just mean they have a high income. Think of a pro athlete signing a massive, headline-grabbing $10 million contract. That is rich. They have a huge influx of cash coming in to spend today.
Or let's bring it closer to home with an everyday example, 300 grand. Let's say we have a highly specialized doctor making a $300,000 salary every single year. When you hear that number, it sounds incredibly impressive, right? That is undeniably a very rich income. Most people would look at them and think, wow, they have absolutely made it. We naturally assume that a huge salary automatically equals financial success.
But here is the massive catch. If that same doctor is spending $290,000 a year, carrying the crushing weight of a giant mortgage, multiple luxury car leases, designer clothes, and super lavish vacations, they are financially fragile. Sure, they look amazing on the outside. They've got the prestige, the social validation, the whole shebang. But behind closed doors, they are literally one missed paycheck or one medical emergency away from total financial ruin. They're working endlessly just to maintain a facade.
Because at the end of the day, rich is just a number on a paycheck, which means it's inherently temporary. Being rich relies 100% on you continuously showing up to work. You are the engine. The moment the labor stops, the money stops completely. You're still trading your time for dollars, just at a really high hourly rate. It's basically a golden hamster wheel. No matter how fast you run or how much you earn, you can never actually afford to step off.
All right, let's flip the script. Section 2, the true definition of wealth. This is where it gets exciting.
So if rich relies on your labor, what's the alternative? Well, it's wealth. Wealth is an asset-based state. It's focused entirely on what you own, not just what you earn. A wealthy person could walk into their boss's office, quit their job tomorrow, and their lifestyle wouldn't change one bit. Why? Because their money is doing the working for them. Wealth is really about buying back your time and having ultimate control over your life. And this brilliantly illustrates the core difference. Think of income, being rich, as a flowing river of water. It's awesome while it's raining and the water's rushing in. But wealth is a deep, sustaining lake. Even if there's a total drought and that river dries up completely, the lake is still there to keep you going, to sustain your life indefinitely. It provides a foundational peace of mind that a simple paycheck never, ever can.
So how do you actually build this lake? Well, it's built through tangible assets, investments, real estate, businesses, and growing savings. Building wealth is often incredibly slow. Honestly, it can be pretty boring. It doesn't happen overnight, and it's exactly what most people completely overlook because they're way too busy trying to look rich right now. Wealth is invisible. Nobody sees your index fund growing. They only see the car you drive. Building wealth requires choosing delayed gratification over the instant gratification our society constantly pushes. Which brings us right into Section 3, a tale of two incomes. Let's see how this actually plays out in the real world. Let's look at two totally different lifestyles. Start with Person B. Person B earns a massive $200,000 a year. They lease a brand new BMW, they carry a heavy $600,000 mortgage on a giant house, and they're living the high life at a breakneck pace. Always stressed, always trying to keep up with the Joneses. But wait, let's slow down and look at Person A. Person A earns $80,000 a year, less than half. They drive a super reliable used car,
They live in a modest, comfortable home, but they quietly and consistently max out their Roth IRA every single year. They live below their means, and they sleep soundly at night. Now, what's really interesting here is the financial reality behind the scenes. At age 45, look at this difference. Person A has quietly built a $400,000 fortress in investments. Person B, despite their massive income, has a measly $12,000 in savings. So who's actually wealthier? Person A, by a landslide. Person B merely looks rich to their neighbors. Person A is wealthy. It's not about what you make, it is entirely about what you keep and what you grow. And this disparity brings us to a really harsh truth. This is exactly why lottery winners go broke. You ever wonder why so many lose everything within 5 years? It's because they got rich overnight. They were handed a giant, raging river of cash, but they had absolutely no wealth-building habits, no assets, and zero mindset to build a lake. So the river just flowed right out into the ocean, leaving them completely dry once that initial rush was over.
So the crucial point is, how do we actually change our trajectory? That brings us to Section 4, 3 Steps to Wealth.
To shift from a rich mindset to a wealthy one, it boils down to these 3 sequential steps. Number 1, track your net worth. Number 2, start investing. And number 3, live below your means. Let's break these down really quickly.
Step 1, you need to track your net worth, not just your income. It's simple math. It's everything you own minus everything you owe, your assets minus your liabilities. Your income is just a vanity metric. It's the number people brag about at parties. But your net worth? That is your actual, undeniable financial score. It tells you exactly how much of a lake you've managed to build.
Step 2, you've got to start investing. You've probably heard the quote, time in the market beats timing the market, right? Well, it is absolutely crucial. You have to start immediately, even if it's just with very small amounts. You don't need to be a stock-picking genius. You just need to put your money into assets that appreciate over time and let compound interest do the heavy lifting for you. That is how you finally break the link between your time and your money.
And step 3, live below your means, because every dollar not spent today grows for your future. Listen, this is not about being cheap or depriving yourself of joy. It's a deliberate, powerful choice. You are choosing your future freedom over temporary, depreciating stuff today that just makes you look rich to strangers.
We've covered a lot of ground today, but the core takeaway is simple. The goal isn't to look wealthy, it is to actually be wealthy. And it all starts with understanding this critical difference. If this breakdown gave you a new perspective on your money, please hit that like button and subscribe for more structured, no-fluff financial explainers every single week. Before we go, I want to leave you with this final provocative question. Seriously, take a moment to reflect on this. Are you truly focused on building lasting wealth, or have you just been chasing the illusion of getting rich? Drop your honest answer in the comments below. I would absolutely love to read them and continue the conversation with you down there. Until next time, keep building that